Hey everybody, it's time. We are finally talking about this quilt. And I have filmed this video 3 times and we're just going to have a chat about this quilt because this is it. This is the last time I'm filming this video. Many of you have seen this in the background of a few of my podcasts and have been asking me about how it's made. And this is a super, super simple quilt to make. So hang out with me today because I'm going to give you the cutting instructions. I'm going to tell you how you can get free templates to make it all. So this is a summary tutorial because I'm going to give you all the information, but you're not going to watch me make it. So first I want to talk about why I even made this quilt. My friend Dawn sent me this book. She found it at a library sale, I believe, and got it for a few bucks and rescued it from probably the dumpster. And I am super grateful because I love curves. The book is called Curves Unlimited by Joyce Schlautzhauer. And this was published in 1984. I was born in 1985, so I thought that was pretty cool. In the month of July in our membership, the Clubhouse, we decided to do a group challenge where we were making a block we've never made before. And it was like extra bonus points if you made it from a book that you had never used. So this was a great option for me. And when flipping through the book, I found this block called a restructured square. And I was like, ooh, I like the way that looks. I'm going to make that block. So I decided to give it a go. While the book is great and teaches you how to make templates with a compass, I decided that wasn't for me. And I was going to use Adobe Illustrator. So I made myself up some templates and got to work. So I ended up designing the block to be 24 inches once complete. It's made up of 4 sub blocks, I'll call them, that are 12 inches wide, 12 and a half unfinished, 12 inches finished. The 4 blocks, there's actually two of one block, 2 of another block, and for a total of 4. The blocks are the same, but the colorways are flipped a little bit. Here, I'm going to put on the screen the cutting instructions, and all of these cutting instructions are also on my blog. You can go over there and snip this out and print it off for yourself or use it so it's easy. And the cutting instructions you'll see in bold, you have to cut from each color, all of these things. So a couple notes on templates. 1, I have free templates that don't include any instructions, but they're just the free templates that you need to make this quilt block. I will link those down below. They're also in the blog post. And I have a complete 15-minute video from start to finish on how I like to make my quarter circle blocks. It takes you from printing to trimming. Every step in between, you and me hang out and we make that block. 2, you have the option to purchase the templates with written instructions. The templates include a 3.5 inch size block and a 6.5 unfinished, 3 inch and 6 inch finished. Or if you're already a member of the Clubhouse, don't buy anything because I already uploaded those templates with the instructions into the Clubhouse. So if you're a member or want to join the membership, that's included. So now you have everything cut, including your quarter circle blocks. And the next thing you're going to do is actually make those quarter circle blocks. You're making a total of 16 quarter circle blocks per 24 inch big block because you need 4 for each 12 inch block. Hopefully that math makes sense. I like to get that all out of the way. So I make all my quarter circle blocks, trim them all up. You're going to trim your quarter circle blocks to 3.5 inches so that they kind of fit there in that center. And you can see that you put the top row together, the bottom row together, and then you kind of need to make that thick middle section. I like to do the 4 blocks in the middle together, 2 and 2, sew them together, and then, add the ends. I did press my seams open for this. I thought that worked out really nice. The seams laid nice and flat. I really, really liked it. So 1 block of this looks nice, but when you put together 4 blocks, it looks even better. You kind of get that secondary pattern. I was super tempted to make another set of blocks to make this a 3x3, which would give you a 72 by 72 inch throw, which would also be a great size. And here that is mocked up. I think it looks pretty cool. So this quilt's all about contrast. So you definitely want 2 colors that pop off against each other. So if your colors are too close together, it'll just look like you have one solid color in your quilt. But I thought this was really, really fun. I loved this design. It kind of reminded me of a 3D puzzle from when I was a child. I did decide to branch out on this one with my walking foot quilting and kind of did this echo pattern that I'll put pictures on the screen of. That was pretty fun. It wasn't a shoulder workout. I'm not going to lie. A super duper shoulder workout. Tough, but it was fun. And it got me into the idea of maybe branching out from my standard straight line walking foot quilting. I did at one point try to free motion quilt on this quilt. and it was terrible. I had to rip out all of my quilting. And if you know me, I don't seam rip for anything. So it had to be pretty bad. So I do need to practice more of the free motion quilting, but for now I'm going to stick with walking foot quilting. And actually, as I was whining to my friend Chris from Sew the Distance, she was mentioning that there's a book called Walk by Jackie Gearing. I'll put the picture up on the screen, and I'm super excited. So I bought the book, just got delivered. So from now on, I can practice a little bit more of my walking foot quilting, because that's what I can do on my machine without having to completely adjust the quilt every 3 seconds, which killed my shoulders. I really had no idea that that would be such a workout. So do you guys have this book? Do you like this book? Do you have a favorite motif from the book? If you do, I want to hear all about it. I don't know. So what do you think? Will you give it a try? Remember, I have that YouTube video that goes from start to finish and shows you exactly how to cut your templates, test your templates. I would recommend, no matter how seasoned you are, that if you're printing paper templates, that you make one test block before you go super crazy cutting all your fabric, because you want to make sure that the templates are the right size. Remember, we're trimming these to 3.5 inches. My free templates or the paid ones, both of them just alike, have extra seam allowance in there to give you a little bit of wiggle room. So you will have to trim all of your blocks. This is the restructured square block. I like it because it looks like little hearts, which I think is so fun. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this gave you some inspiration and enough information to go make this quilt if you want to make it. Don't forget, I am now posting podcasts every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's called Stitching the Dream. And I hope that you are taking time for yourself. I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye. And here's the link to the podcast.